I will now invite Mr. Ranveer Prasad, Commissioner, Handloom and Textiles, Uttar Pradesh, to give his views on the smart cities. Mr. Ranveer Prasad.
Prasad, I recently taken over as Commissioner of Handloom and Textiles, Uttar Pradesh. Our department looks after welfare of roughly 2 to 3 lakh weavers spread all across UP. You would have heard of Banarasi sarees. Banaras city and areas around that has roughly 1 lakh weavers who are engaged in saree making. Before I talk about, I would be very brief about what we are going to do using technology for these weavers. I had opportunity to see the presentations on smart city. Particularly, I saw the presentation by Dehradun. Very impressive. And in fact, in the area of transport, in the area of energy, a lot of things are being planned, a lot of things are being done for making a city smart. But I was a little bit worried, in fact concerned to see not that much emphasis on livelihood. Before this, I was also looking after Manrega, and in UP we spend around 4,000 to 5,000 crores every year on wages for unskilled workers. There is so much demand for Manrega. That is a pointer to the fact that still a livelihood is a major concern for everybody. Now the city, if you are trying to make it a smart, we are basically trying to attract a lot of more people towards cities. And the people who would come to the city will not be always middle class or rich, from the rich class, but they will be from the low income people also. Are we making provision for them? Are we making provision to guarantee their livelihood? I could see pictures of planning for very beautiful cities, beautiful streets and all. If you want to beautify a street, first thing we do is to chase away the street hawker. To make it beautiful, we remove encroachments. But we seldom spare thought, where shall that street hawker go? What will happen to the livelihood of that person? Similar thing is happening to our traditional livelihood. I had an interaction with the weavers of Varanasi, those who make very beautiful, exquisite sarees of silk sarees. In fact, we have GI also for Banarasi sarees. Most of the weavers who are finest craftsmen, their age group is 50 plus, 45 to 50, and even 60 plus. And all of them were unanimous in saying that our next generation is not learning weaving. Maybe this will end with our generation, because it is not attractive for our youth, our younger generation. And the reason is that people are not patronizing the handloom products. There is you can say, bombardment from the power loom, and in the name of the handloom, power loom products are being sold, and handloom craft is, maybe it will die its slow death. Not many of us are aware that there is an act, Central Act, 1985 Act, which reserves certain articles for handloom products. That it is illegal under law to make those products which are reserved for handloom. But like any other act, it is also not enforced. So what is happening is that when we are not patronizing traditional craft like weaving, it becomes a concern of only that department. For example, suppose it's my department which will look after the welfare of these weavers. Everybody else will have nothing to do with that. But I want to make a point that every other department, every other administrator can also include these policy issues which will preserve our traditional livelihoods and can do a lot. For example, Delhi government has an act which says that every building, new building construction, 2.5% of that cost would be spent on artworks. E-commerce platform like Flipkart or Amazon. First of all, it will have authentic handloom products on for sale only. Problem with Flipkart is that, or Amazon, if you buy a handloom sari on that Amazon, you are not sure that it is handloom. And in fact, most of the time, it will not be handloom. It will be sold in the name of the handloom, but it will not be handloom. It might not be handloom. But this platform will ensure that if you buy a Banarasi sari from this platform, it will be authentic silk product Banarasi sari. That is one. Secondly, we are going one step ahead. We are including DBT also. That suppose you pay 20,000 for a sari, you will know that out of that 20,000, how much has gone to the weaver and to whom. So you will know who has woven your sari, who had spent, say, 1 month in making your sari, and whether he has how much percentage of that which you have paid, that person has got. So that will give a satisfaction to the customer also that his money has gone in protecting a livelihood of somebody. What is happening today is that the traders are making more money than the actual weaver, because there is a lot of lopsidedness. So including DBT, that the money will directly go to the certain percentage as soon as the customer pays, a certain percentage which will be fixed on the portal itself will go to the weaver itself. I'm not saying that this initiative will actually bring a lot of market to the weaver. I want to emphasize here that since this is a platform for smart cities, a lot of big things have been talked about. And since we have to walk the talk, as Mr. Rajkumar Srivastava, the earlier speaker, was saying, city should be about the people. So when we plan something, it should not be only a real estate project, it should not be only about infrastructure. The center of any planning should be the people. And when we talk about people, we should think about everybody. A city has different categories of people. And as my colleague from KESCO was saying, that suppose we have to give power, people should be able to afford it. And people can only afford the infrastructure, be it the power or the street, or for that matter, even gardens. The people should have money to pay for that. And for that, you need to preserve livelihood.